Imagine how advanced will the world become after a few decades. Imagine how the world would look like when technology replaces every aspect of existence. First of all, let me introduce myself and my team before I get into the details of 6G. I'm Kuan, and I'm going to explain about what 6G is. Fung will speak on characteristics, Derek on benefits, Vinesh on operations and guideline with depths. Phei Yee will wrap things up in general, and Jun Sheng is in charge of PowerPoint slide and video editing. So let's get started. Wireless communication companies are already planning for beyond 5G, which also can be called 6G, the next generation of wireless technology, despite the fact that 5G is still in its early stage. Numerous telecommunications companies have already begun investing extensively in 6G, even though it is still in its research phase. 6G is predicted to play a significant role in networking in the coming decade, even if its widespread adoption is still a long way to go. Just what is this mysterious 6G? It is the sixth generation of wireless technology, which will improve upon previous generations like 4G and 5G by improving the frequencies to deliver significant more data at lower latencies. The goal of 6G is to provide speeds and latency in the microsecond range, which would be a great improvement over current standard. Experts did mention that 6G isn't going to work with mobile phone, but it has the potential to change the other area of technology such as self-driving cars, biometric identification system and more. That's all from me. Now I will pass to Chee to discuss about the characteristic of 6G. Thank you.
Bandwidth is the first of the three characteristics that must be present in order to configure the smart port for beyond 5G. The quantity of data that can be transmitted through a network connection in a specific amount of time is referred to as the connection bandwidth. The wider the pipe, the more information that can be transmitted through it. As of the time of this writing, the average speed of a 4G connection is 33.88 megabytes per second. For example, to watch high-definition video on Netflix, you need only about 5 megabits per second of internet. The normal speed range from 40 to 110 Mbps, which is noticeably lower than the speed of 5G network. It has a speed that is 10 times of 4G. In addition, the B5G, which is beyond 5G network, may achieve rates of up to 1 terabytes, which is equivalent to 1 million Mbps, and is 90 times faster than 5G. Users of mobile network that require the quick transfer of large volume of data will see a significant benefit from this development smart port. Moving on to the second characteristic. The second characteristic is latency. Latency means that the time taken for signal to travel from a device to the network and back again. It can also called as ping time. It is a critical component for the people who using the real-time communication service like video calls or remote operating equipment. For the smart port, it has many wireless communication devices such as remote control of gantry cranes, remote control of quayside container cranes, and the others. The latency of the 4G network is around 50 ms per second. It is fast enough for most of the user, but it is not fast enough for operate high-speed equipment remotely. 5G network has average latency around 5 ms, and for the 6G, which is beyond 5G, latency might drop until 1 ms. The speed is enough for the autonomous and remote operation machine to operate efficiently. The last distinguishing characteristic of the device is its overall size. It is believed that the port of Port Klang in Malaysia, which is the largest port in the country of Malaysia, has an 11.3 thousand meters, which creates the problem of network failure and slowdown. The capacity of 4G networks to support device is around 4,000 per square kilometer, whereas the capacity of 5G networks to support device is approximately 1 million per square kilometer. Because of this, it is possible to link together hundreds of different sensor devices. Thank you for listening to my part. I will pass to Derek for the further explanation about the function of SmartPod.
The topic that I would like to discuss is the advantages and the function of using a 5G system to build a smart pod. In this era, as we know, most of the shipping carries around 90% of the world freight and trade. It is providing a backbone for the global economy. Data can help pods operate more efficiently, and digital advances like the Internet of Things can power new use cases. But they require state-of-the-art connectivity to enable this. Can 5G be the enabler smart pods needs? In my opinion, I would say 5G has the potential to enable all kinds of new applications within pods, such as smart drones for real-time monitoring, real-time ship-to-shore communication for port-to-vessel traffic management, and just-in-time operations. Pod could accelerate the deployment and adoption of autonomous vessels thanks to the 5G low latency. Next, 5G can also enable pods to connect and monitor far more data sources in real time than ever before. This includes specific areas of ports, vessel movements, shipping containers, and more. In a smart pod, 5G can supports communication that can help ports optimize operation like loading and offloading vessels when they have arrived. Next, ports will need to monitoring cargo and ship when they are at sea, and satellite 5G will. When it matured enough, it allowed them to use data to get full visibility of cargo in transit. The IoT connected sensors affixed to shipping containers and even pallets of goods themselves will, over time, enable companies to know exactly where goods are at any given movement. Remote control gantry and quayside cranes can also benefit, as 5G can support real-time management with no interruptions, as it can also occur with human crane operators. That's it for me. Thank you.
Next, I'll be talking about the operation and guideline with steps. A smart pod is a pod that uses automation and innovative technologies including artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things, and blockchain to improve its performance. Although the industry of pods and container shipping is often regarded as conservative and resistant to change, there are few new technologies, systems, and solutions regarding emerging that will alter this perception in the coming years, leading this entire sector to be a brighter and more connected future. With evolving needs of global trade, ships are getting bigger, products are moving faster, and geopolitical conflicts are posing new difficulties for ports all over the world. The need to evolve and become smarter is more important than ever. The industry has already embraced many emerging technologies such as digital twins, cargo flow optimization, and visualization, giving customers end-to-end transparency of their cargo's journey through the supply and the emergence of B5G's ultra-low latency and faster connectivity to improve port operations. B5G network can be deployed in the following port scenarios. Firstly, intelligent automation. An intelligent automation concerns the intelligent controlling the monitoring of the end devices with the combination of physical entities and application services. The efficiency of the pod can be achieved by improving the automation, which will also help to communicate between different parties present on the pod. Smart ships are equipped with sensors to monitor the position of the ship and environmental data in real time. Containers can also be equipped with sensors to monitor the temperature and to trace their location. Then there is virtual reality. By enabling the field operator to view port operations in real time via video surveillances, as well to visit the port in VR environment and receive remote assistance, virtual reality helps field operators work more productively. Thirdly, smart guided vehicles. Conventional craft must be replaced with smart guided vehicles to improve the safety and port efficiency due to their ability to consume less resources. Smart guided vehicles need to be equipped with sensors and high resolution cameras. Existing 4G network cannot meet the low latency requirements of smart guided vehicles, but it can be achieved by implementing the beyond 5G network. Next, terminal layer, physical layer, service layer, network layer, and application layer are required. The terminal layer is used to collect the data from the sensors, and then these data are passed onto the physical layer via 5G customer premise equipment wireless terminal. IoT devices need to be 5G enabled to connect these IoT devices to a 5G base station. Thus, due to the resources limitation of IoT devices, we can use 5G customer premise equipment. Data are analyzed and processed at the physical layer. The network layer, also called the core network, offers various services such as providing the control and data planes function and storage services. The client-server environment is provided at the application layer. Next, moving on to conclusion.
Thank you, Vinesh. My name is Phei Yee, and now I will be presenting for the conclusion part. In conclusion, beyond 5G as enabling technology for building smart port or harbor cities, 6G is sixth generation of wireless technology, and it provides speed and latency in the microsecond range, which would be a great improvement over current standard. In addition, there are three characteristics consist beyond 5G. First is bandwidth. Bandwidth is the quantity of data that can be transmitted through a network connection in a specific amount of time. Then the second characteristic would be a latency. It is like ping time and is the time taken for signal to travel from a device to the network and back again. Next, for the last characteristic is overall size. It's simple because large overall size of network would create the problem of network failures and slow down such as the port of clients. Furthermore, there are some sort of benefit of using 5G system for building a smart port. The first benefit is 5G is low latency, so the port could accelerate the deployment and adoption of autonomous vehicles. Next, the second benefit is that the 5G enables ports to connect and monitor far more data sources in the real time than ever before. Then the third benefit is 5G can support communication so that it can help port optimize operation in smart port. In addition, we can deploy B5G network in smart port for let it has more function. The function will be intelligent automation, virtual reality, and smart guide vehicles. These three functions can let smart port easier to manage. Finally, we hope that the 5G can be more powerful in the future so that we can build a multifunction and stable smart port. And that's all for our presentation, and thank you for listening at the end.